It is now my pleasure to introduce Kim Wheatley. Kim is Anishinaabe, or Ojibwe, band member of Shawanaga First Nation, and she is Turtle Clan. She is a published author, event coordinator, cultural advisor, water protector, mother, traditional grandmother, and proud employee of the earth. She has done incredible work across the greater southern region of Ontario in education, sensitizing and expanding the minds of those who seek a greater understanding of the Indigenous perspective. We are honored to have her with us today. In greeting Kim today, I am presenting her with an offering of tobacco. This offering is a respectful customary practice for Anishinaabe people. So I've asked Kim today to speak, to welcome us to this space, to speak to the Indigenous lands upon which we gather, and to help us feel open and vulnerable to the learning and connection that we hope to achieve today and tomorrow.
Yes, I accept. Can I close this? Sure. I'm kind of short. Miigwech Ryan, that was beautiful and well spoken. Anin bojo, sego, kwe wache, tanse, bonjour, and good morning, everybody. Are you awake? You're stuffed. That's quite the breakfast spread. Anin bojo, mishike ndodem, shkudenigan wa waskonen Indigenous. Shawanaga and Dunji, Richmond Hill and Dunjaba, Anishinaabe Kwe, Ojibwe and Dao. I come to you on this morning with tobacco in hand, which I'm grateful for. And I was asked to come and open in a good way with a good heart and a good mind. So I started off with the greetings in the language of my ancestors, a language that has been spoken in this region for time immemorial. It's called the Anishinaabe language. I'm speaking Ojibwe. That's the language that I speak from the territory that I come from. And I was asked to help set the tone of the event this morning using cultural practices. And I'm really honored to be invited here. So the words that I said, Anin bojo, my spirit recognizes your spirit. Mashikin and Dodem, I'm Turtle Clan. It's our governance system, for those of you that are a little bit curious. Shkodenigan wa waskonen, Indigenous. Indigenous is I am known as or called. I know I was introduced as Kim Wheatley. That's my tax name. Yeah, I pay taxes. That's a surprise to people too. But my true name is Head or Leader of the Fire Flower. That's my true name. And I come from Shawanaga First Nations, which is in the Georgian Bay region. It's the first reserve north of Parry Sound, so if you've traveled anywhere on Highway 69, you've passed us for sure. But I currently live in Richmond Hill, which is probably the only word you understood, and I get that. I'm hoping to shift that a little bit. And I am Anishinaabe, Kwe, Ojibwe, and Dao. So Anishinaabe is a language-speaking group. You're getting a little history lesson here. There are about 7 different nations that speak that language. Our traditional territory surrounds all of the Great Lakes. So right around down south of the border, out west, and then back looping over to here. And I am a life giver in this life walk. Kwe means life giver. Some people say it means woman, but we have a different concept of genders and what purpose your body has for you. So I introduce myself as a life giver. I want to welcome and greet each one of you on this glorious morning, and I think it's glorious because I love snow. And snow was falling this morning on my way in. I want to welcome you to the traditional and treaty territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. They recently dropped the word new, because they're not new. They've been around a long, long time. And the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation are now located down towards Hagersville. While I am not a member of that community, I am certainly an ally and a good friend and a trusted representative of that nation of people. So I give them greetings and thanks for allowing us to hold this amazing summit in their traditional and treaty territories. And it's my sincere hope that with a good heart and a good mind, you will find what it is that you are looking for today and tomorrow. You came with purpose. Hopefully, it wasn't a push, get here and listen, do something. But hopefully you came seeking something, and opening the doors to new relationships and opportunities means you do have to be a little bit vulnerable. You have to give up some space to make space for new wisdom, knowledge, learnings, understandings. And we understand that. We also understand that when you engage in a good way with a good heart and a good mind, you are using your body, mind, and spirit. So this is a physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional engagement. And if you don't use all aspects of your being, then you don't receive the full message, the full transmission. So you want to ensure that you're doing a little bit of a check-in. Make sure you're present. Clear your head of any prejudgments. Be ready to just openly listen to what it is each presenter is offering to you. Take only what you need. That's what you're ready for. Come back next year, revisit them again, and add more layers to what you're able to carry. But just do your best this time around, and know that there are many in support of you. I'm sure the planners of this summit gave deep thought to what would be best as an offering to you this time around. And they're really trying to encourage you to see the best in what they've organized, but also encourage you to carry what it is, that they have envisioned for you this year. Every year has a theme, and that theme is designed to put you in a place of presentness and preparedness. And we're all capable of doing this. Be kind to each other. Be very generous. If somebody says something that just rubs you the wrong way and you don't like it, don't come back to lunch and gossip about it. Recognize it and let it go. We want this to be a very safe space for everybody. I think that's really important, that when you come to these big events and you meet people you don't know and you encounter perhaps behaviors, thoughts, and ideas you've never experienced before, it's really easy to jump back into your comfort zone and say, I don't believe that. That's, BS. You're not learning. You're not giving yourself the opportunity to embrace if that's the case. So let's stay open-minded. We live in a vast world of judgments, and we know what it's like to be ostracized. So let's make this inclusive. Let's make it fun as much as possible. Let's try to walk in that umbrella of joy where necessary. And for those that need help, don't be afraid to extend an arm of support to your fellow brother or sister or however you identify, so that they don't feel alone in the journey. I want to offer a song to the spirit world, because when we come together in this way, we want to acknowledge all the beings who come together to ensure that this is a good experience. So we start with the sands, the soils, the clays, the gravels, the rocks, the stones, and the mountains. That's part of what helped to build this building. It's what the building sits upon. It's what holds the earth together, our beautiful mother. And they are the most ancient beings on earth. And so we bring our hearts and our minds together, and we give them greetings and thanks. And we call them grandmothers and grandfathers out of respect. They're very, very ancient. So if you want to know the stories of the earth, spend time with them. We bring our hearts and our minds together to the next order of creation, which is the grasses, the shrubs, the trees, the bushes, the hardwoods, the softwoods, the berries, the hanging fruits, and the medicines. These beings sacrifice for our well-being. We experienced that at breakfast this morning. They take care of our bodies. They protect us from the elements. They give us warmth when we need it. They help to clothe our bodies. They provide beauty for our eyes and our senses. So it makes sense to bring our hearts and minds together and give them greetings and thanks. We acknowledge the swimmers, the crawlers, the flyers, the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, those that live up in the sky world, and those that live beneath the earth. These are our companions, our food source, our original teachers, our clan brothers and sisters. And to them we give great greetings and thanks for all their sacrifices, for all their teachings, for their continued relationship with us. And last but not least, we acknowledge every single human being that has ever walked the earth, that walks the earth right now, and that is on their way. Each one of us comes here with gifts, purpose, passion, responsibilities. And so we welcome that, we acknowledge that, and we encourage you to embrace that. I'm going to light a smudge now. I hope we haven't gone past our 9:30 mark because they'll panic upstairs. But I'm not going to bring it around. It will dissipate in the air, and it's an honoring. It's also a cleansing, so that if you're still unsure about what this girl, Shkodenigan Wawaskonen, is talking about and what she's encouraging you to embrace, this is a bit of a helper. At a Western scientific level, it actually helps to clean the air, but at a spiritual level, it helps to lighten our load. And so this practice is something that we've done for time immemorial. It's white buffalo sage that I'm lighting, and it also helps me in the process of praying. And the way that I like to pray best is to offer a song. And the song I'm going to offer is called the Unity Song, because I feel like we're all in this together. And it's considered an honor song. And so it's customary practice to stand up for an honorary song. So once I get ready to sing the song, I'll give you the motion and encourage you to rise. And as you do that, I'm going to ask you within your own space, your personal space, I'm going to ask you to think with your heart at this time. Maybe offer some words that are in your heart and in your mind that perhaps I didn't think to say, I might have missed, you felt were important. Or as a customary practice of the way that you engage with the unseen realms. I'll sing to the 4 cardinal directions because I don't know where you came from, but I want to honor each direction equally. And then at the end of the song, I'm going to encourage you not to clap. That's the Western way. We don't clap in our world. What we do is a buffalo yell. And if you've never done one before, I'm going to give you an opportunity right now to practice one. This is what it sounds like. Oh, somebody jumped over there. Sorry, it's a bit loud. Remember, we're speaking to the unseen realms. We want to make sure they hear us. So on the count of 3, I'm going to let you try a buffalo yell. Oh, you're getting shy now. Don't get shy. This is an interactive opportunity. Huh? Basic niche swe. Wait, this sounds like experts. This is really good. You must have done this before. So that's the sound I hope to hear at the end of my song. I'm going to come down off of here. I'm too short to stand behind here. I'm going to come and stand in front of there. I don't need a mic to sing, and you'll hear why. My singing voice is a little bit louder than my talking voice. And I'll pause, and then I'll give a nod, and we can do that nice buffalo yell united. And that will be the conclusion of our opening ceremony. So I hope with the greatest of my prayers, the greatest of my respect, the greatest of my love, that you find what you need today and tomorrow, and that you do it in a good way with a good heart and a good mind. It has indeed been an honor to open up this summit to the best of my ability. And I hope that our paths will cross again, and I will meet you in the same condition you are today, whole and complete. I'm going to light the smudge, and I'm going to come down and sing.
Woo!